Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube page. Hit like and subscribe if you like these videos, really appreciate it. Hey, I'm not live this week. I'm out on the road visiting some family and stuff, and so if you've tuned in here live, sorry I'm not live this week. I go live most weeks, but the video is still here for you to enjoy. And we're going to give a shout out to new subscribers, King Dragon, Andrew Thomas, Renee Leclerc, and Ben LeBlanc, Johnny Dixon, and Ryan Decker. Hey, thanks for coming on board the Art of Reading Smoke with Phil Joe. So I appreciate you coming to my YouTube page and appreciate you being part of the Reading Smoke Nation. Hey, this week we're looking at, again, a volume, velocity, density, color, and something we're looking at every week because of how much we can learn from reading the smoke, reading the building, and then figuring out what's going on. And if you have the skill to read smoke quickly, which you can develop through these videos, right? You can develop a skill to do it quickly. At first it might take a while to think about things in terms of VVDC, but with some ongoing practice it becomes innate, and it makes it so that you'll be able to make quick decisions, accurate decisions, and determine excellent tactics and strategy. Okay, let's watch the video. Let's go ahead and just watch it through one time, and we'll get a look at you do the read, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, so volume, velocity, density, color compared to the size of the space, and then the size of the box, or in this case the size of the house. And what are we going to do about it? Okay, so let's go all the way back to the beginning, just as we're pulling in here. So even by now, right, if you're responding and you see this sort of column in, and you're going to know the district, right? You know the district where you work, you know the district where you volunteer. You know from the address the type of construction in this area, and even if we didn't, we can see these other houses, right? All two-story. There might be some one-stories in here, but mostly two stories, attached garages, and that is a lot of smoke from a single-family residence, right? So there's a high volume of smoke, right? There's a lot of smoke. So we know that coming in, and we're going to get our first really good look at the building right in here. Bang. Okay, what can we see from here? And remember, we would want to do this as we're rolling in. You're coming in on the rig, you want to be getting your size up information, taking a look at this side, and then across the front, get blocked by the tree, and then around to the front. Yeah, definitely a significant garage fire. And then we're going to zoom in. Boom, and we have a pretty good read. Okay, so this thing definitely started in the garage. You can see it's already through the wall here. And if we let's start with we talk about read the smoke, read the building. Let's talk about the building first, so we can be on the same page. So, two-story residence, garage fire. Halfway, if we look at the Bravo side of this. Of the house itself, there's going to be a man door somewhere, probably right in the middle. So you'd walk in. On the left is probably there's a bathroom and a laundry room, probably, right? One on the left, one on the right. And then as we walk in, this is all open, right? So probably the kids' living room here, kitchen, and informal dining in the Charlie side of this floor number one. Formal dining and formal living over here on the right hand side over towards Delta, right? That's floor one. We also look at this to say, hey, this probably has a two-story entry. So when you walk in here, the stairway is probably some version of directly in front of you and probably an out. And it may sound like I have a pretty good knowledge of this. Like, I lived and owned a building just like this, or a house just like this, for a couple of decades. So a two-story entry with the window broken out. Okay, so that's the read of the building. Oh, didn't do floor two. Floor two is bedrooms. Bedroom here, probably the master over here. Master bedroom, master bathroom and closet in the Charlie Delta. And probably either 2 or 3 bedrooms and a bathroom around this corner, right? Just depends, but I would guess at least 3 bedrooms, if not 4, on floor number 2, and 2 bathrooms up there, right? And sort of a walkway that goes, you know, probably a little bit of a U right in the middle, right off of the stairway. Okay, so now we're reading the smoke, and we have high volume, turbulent, thick black smoke, right? And so let's look at the smoke coming out here, and notice there is fire here, but notice it's not in the house, right? This is exhaust gas ignition, and we've seen that on a multiple of these Facebook posts and our YouTube videos, but we can see it's exhaust gas ignition, right? So that tells us, right, smoke is fuel. Smoke is fuel, smoke is fuel, smoke is fuel, and here we have high volume, turbulent, thick black smoke coming out. It's superheated, catches on fire, and then it's just churning as it comes out, right? It's too rich to burn, then it comes out, it mixes with oxygen, and then boom, it's off to the races. And most of the actual volume here, as we've seen in other videos, most of the volume will get consumed by this fire. So off the tips of this we'll see thin black fast, but it's mixed up with all this other smoke coming out. But we definitely have a plume of fuel coming out of there, plume of smoke, plume of fuel. And so let's talk about the concept continuity of fuel. We talked about this also last week, right? But it's coming out here, it's lighting on fire, but this fuel is there's a continuous stream of highly rich fuel that goes down the stairs and through this floor number 1 back to where this door is from the garage, right? So do we have an independent fire in the house? We might, right? But wherever the main body of the fire is over in here, it's pumping gases, right? It's pumping gases through the house, out this window, and then they ignite. So like last week, we talked about on its way there, right? So we have the superheated plume of smoke going through the house, going up the stairs and out the window. And so as it's on its way there, it's superheating the carpet, the wall, the kitchen cabinets, the couches, the TV, the wall hangs, like everything's superheated in there. And all that stuff in floor number 1 that's getting superheated is off-gassing. That's why we have such a dense fuel package here, right? The density is just so high, it's so rich, too rich to burn, right? And so we have a very rich mix, comes out and catches on fire. All right, the last thing we want to think about in this video anyway, not necessarily on scene, but we know what's going on. We know that if we do something about this is probably not going away, although it will get significantly impacted, and we probably almost certainly have some sort of fire going on in floor number 1. If we do something about that, even from the front door here, we're going to be able to hit a lot of this floor number 1. But from a reading smoke perspective, we want to look at these windows here. Now, since I posted on Facebook, I did notice, like, you can sort of see these windows on occasion here, and you can see the grids inside them. You can't see the grids anymore inside these windows. Now, it's possible they don't have them, although my experience is when they build these houses, they order all the windows the same. But it probably has the grids inside. You can't see those here. You can see them a little bit up here in this window, but you can definitely see them very clearly in this window here. So we know this one's exposed. We don't know for sure about this one, although on the incident scene, as you made your 360, you'd be able to see pretty clearly whether or not the door to this room is open. But we can say from here that almost certainly the door to this room is closed. In fact, if we go back to when we're pulling in, and let me stop it right here. Yeah, look at that. Those windows, man, you can see right in there. Almost certainly the door to that room is closed. This is probably the master bedroom, master bathroom combination, which is a pretty big space. If there was somebody in there, they could be at the window on the back rather than the window in the front. My guess is, they're probably trying to get as far away from the fire as possible if they're in there, right? And so back in this corner, we'd certainly see that on our 360. But that, if we read the smoke, we can say that's the door to that room is closed, and that's a survivable space. All right, and so we have a lot going on in this video, but the tactical decisions are probably pretty straightforward for you. But just being able to see these things like exhaust gas ignition, knowing we have this continuity of fuel from here down here, understanding how this place is put together and what it looks like on the inside, gives us a leg up when we get there to fight fire in the middle of the night. All right, so that's reading smoke with Phil Jost this week. I really appreciate you being here. Click like. If you like the video, give me a little thumbs up. I really do appreciate the feedback. If you have a comment, throw that in the comment section. Share it. And certainly I'm looking to get more subscribers. I really want to reach a lot of people with these videos and provide as much insight into the fire environment as possible. All right, and so that leaves us this week finished with reading smoke with Phil Jost, and I'm out.